Hey guys, and welcome to today's new YouTube video where I'm going to talk about something which can be quite interesting to a lot of people, because I'm going to talk about some ways and tips and tricks to improve your ACRO progression. There are a lot of things we can talk about there. I can talk like for hours, but I think these few tips will be really specific, and those are also some things which most of the pilots don't really talk about, where I think they can be quite helpful in your ACRO or even in your overall paragliding career. So let's not wait any further and go straight into the tips. Tip number 1. You want to fly in the right training areas. A place like here in Ole Dennis, you want to be like in a place where you feel really confident, because when you have confidence, you are more easy and more acceptable to try new things. Fly in more rough places with bad terrain or strong wind, you might be a bit scared and it can be harder to progress further. You want to make sure you're in a safe area, like be above water, have nice altitude, have the right glider, have the right equipment, all those things which create a safe environment for yourself, which allows you to push further. And talking about the right glider and right equipment, it brings us to tip number 2. Use the right equipment at the level of where you are in your progression. To come back to the same as tip 1, you want to be confident and you want to feel safe. So going straight away to like an ACRO glider when you just start doing your first SIV maneuvers is maybe a step too far, but you want to take the right glider, start with an ENA or with the EMB glider, take the right harness, have 2 rescues, really important, like all those things. It's important to once again make you feel safe in your environment. If you go to an ACRO glider straight away or downsize too fast in your progression, you might have trouble with the speed of the glider, and it will get you stuck at some point in your progression. So take your time, be a bit slower with changing gliders or equipment, stick with what you have. Take your EMB, your ENA glider, fly this, do your SIV, do your first helicopters, do some misties, do like all the first basic ACRO maneuvers so you feel more confidence. Same for the harness. Take a harness with 2 rescues, because nowadays you see more and more, also in competition in XC and also in ACRO of course, you see people fly with 2 or 3 rescues. So even if you're training, make sure you have 2 rescues. It will create a more safer environment again for yourself. For example, take a harness like the Sky Paragliders Gii52, which has been released at this moment of the video while we're filming. This harness is really nice because it's based on the G5, which we already had, but just an extra container for your rescue. So you have 2 rescues at the same time, which makes you feel safe. You have 2 rescues to throw, will bring you in a really safe environment. Once we've done all those things and we are in a safe environment, we go to the next step, and that's number 3. Take it step by step. I see a lot of pilots nowadays going really quickly to ACRO gliders, what I said before, and then training a lot of tricks really quickly and skipping steps. When you skip steps and you go too far and too fast to some higher end maneuvers, then you might put yourself in dangerous situations, and once you throw more rescues or you might crash, it will create again more fear for yourself, and then you anyway in the end get stuck with your progression. The way I've been taught from the beginning when I started paragliding from my father was take it really step by step, because in the end you have a goal, you want to go somewhere, and you can take 2 roads. You can go step by step, slow, steady and efficient, or you can skip some steps, be fast, but take a lot of risk by crashing or throwing rescues, which is what you don't want, because in the end the goal is the same and you end up at the same place. For me, I always went step by step, take it slowly but efficient. Of course, you want to go as fast as possible, but take it in the right way. Make sure you have like a list in your head what you want to do, and from there you go step by step back, and from the beginning you start your way up all the way to your goal. This will create for yourself a better base for your skills, which will help in the end with a lot of other maneuvers. And in the end, what I said before, you get into the same goal, but you will do it way safer and your career will last longer. And then going into tip number 4. Watch videos or content on the internet. For me, as a Dutch pilot coming from a country where we have literally no mountain and it's flat, sometimes I have those times where I don't fly for a long time, and I was as a kid always thinking, how can I progress still when I'm not flying? And one thing was watch videos. It's really funny because the brain, you can trick it really easily into progressing into something which you don't really try. So if you really visualize and watch videos and try to imagine how tricks work, it will bring you, even though you don't really train, it will help a lot into when you actually will train for certain tricks or certain things in paragliding. What I always did, I went to the internet and I watched a lot of videos of the pros or a lot of pilots who are doing even fails. Like you can watch fails and learn from them and try to visualize those moments to really understand why things are happening and what to do better or how to make it better. So a really important tip, people forget about it, is watch videos on the internet. And talking about visualization and tricking the brain, it will also bring me to tip number 5, simulation. Simulation, you will see a lot of acro pilots do this. You will see videos of them flying like while they're on the ground. They close their eyes and they visualize their runs or their maneuvers on the ground basically. And this is another way to trick your brain and try to learn maneuvers which you don't really train at the moment in the air. I've done this also a lot of times. I was watching videos, and then when I thought I would understood the videos, I would step out of my chair and be really stupid, but I go into my bedroom, close my eyes, and then perform the maneuver in my head. Try to imagine you're doing the maneuver with all the G-forces, the movements, like the amplitude, everything around what can happen in a maneuver. You try to visualize it, imagine it, and do this over and over again. And then once again you go to the mountains or you do your next run, the moment you will get into the box you feel more confident, and it will also be easier to get those maneuvers right because you already tricked your brain into placing yourself into those positions or those movements, which really helps a lot. Sounds maybe really stupid, and it also looks stupid while you see always the acro pilots do it, but I have to say this helped me a lot. And then getting into the last tip, number 6, ask around. Ask pro pilots, ask people. This is really important. I've done it when I was younger and I was training a lot and progressing. I always went to social media, I went to the websites of all the pro pilots, and I sent them my videos, and I was asking for advice because those pilots, they already could do the trick, so why not ask them, you know? And actually most of the pro pilots are really keen to help you, so just send them a DM, send them a video, be like, hey, I'm working on this trick, this and this is going wrong, how do you think I can do it better? And most of us will just reply and we'll help you out, because we in this community we try to help each other and try to make the sport as big as possible. So any help you can give to the younger pilots, to the new generations, or any pilot basically, to help their progression increase and become a better pilot. So whenever you're in doubt, you don't know what to do, and you've done all those tips, go to the pilots, send them a DM, ask around, and I'm sure they will help you out, and pretty soon after you will get your next tricks done. Well guys, I hope you had something about these tips. If there's something else that you want to know, let them know in the comments, or any video ideas, or if there's something from this video where you want me to go more into detail, just let me know down in the comments or send me a DM. I'm always happy to help you out. I really hope you had something with these tips, and I wish you guys all the best. Be safe, because safe training is really important. Don't go too quick, be efficient, be smart, take it step by step. It's really important, and in the end, when you take all the steps seriously and you take it smart, you will end up as a way better pilot. Thank you guys for watching, and see you in the next one.